Hello, theater students. This is Miss Cardona. Hope all is well. This week's theme for the lessons are storytelling and the power of your narrative. Setting our lesson. This week's lesson is for you to watch the 2 videos and to read a play. The play is simply Maria or the American Dream. You should have received the hard copy on the last day that we were physically at school with your packet. If you did not get the packet, do not worry. The link is right below the link to this video. This week's objective is scholars of theater will explore the power of storytelling, specifically as it pertains to the banning of books, sharing traditions, and expression of ideas. The lesson resources that you'll need are guadalupecardona.com. And I put the really long link here, but don't worry, from the main webpage, the main page there, guadalupecardona.com, you can click on the link and it'll take you to where this week's assignments are. You need your Schoology for updates and for viewing your grades. You need your LAUSD Zoom account using your MyMail to get in, and you'll need Google Classroom. Google Classroom is the platform where you're submitting all of your assignments. So let's go ahead and meet Josefina Lopez, who is the playwright of the play that we're going to be reading this week. Josefina Lopez was born in 1969 in San Luis Potosí, Mexico. She lived in Mexico for 5 years before her family immigrated to Los Angeles. Lopez received amnesty in 1987 and finally became a citizen in 1995. Lopez continues to write about female empowerment as well as the immigrant experiences she herself felt. Josefina continues to support Chicano theater and to push diversity and representation in theater. Lopez received recognition from U.S. Senator Barbara Boxer's 7th Annual Women Making History Banquet in 1998 and has received a Humanities Prize for Screenwriting and the Gabriel Garcia Marquez Award. Josefina currently runs Casa 0101 Theater in Boyle Heights. There, she teaches young Chicanas, Latinas, screenwriting and playwriting. And hopefully we can visit there sometime soon. Simply Maria or the American Dream by Josefina Lopez. This is the summary of the play Simply Maria or the American Dream. Maria's father and mother elope and soon have Maria. When Maria is young, her father moves her to the U.S. and tells her that she can have the American dream if she studies hard. However, when Maria tells her parents that she wants to go to college, she and her father get into an argument. Maria wants a career and a better future for herself. However, her father wants her to get married and become the quote-unquote typical Mexican housewife. The fight gets heated and Maria storms off to her room. Later that night, Maria has a nightmare that her American and Mexican selves are wrestling. The dream changes and Maria is getting married. However, it is not everything she hopes for. Her wedding ring is a dog collar, and her wedding dress attacks her. She then goes on to have 6 babies and gets squashed by a humongous tortilla. Maria wakes up from her nightmare and hears her mother crying and asking her father about his affairs. Maria then decides that she must go to college in order to have the life she wants, and not a life like the one her mother suffers. Let's look at some of the historical context. Lopez writes for young Chicano audiences. I would say she writes for all audiences, but okay. Her target audience are first-generation immigrants and families of immigrants who wish to prosper in, that says America, but I'm going to say the United States. Lopez's play focuses around immigration, amnesty, and women's self-determination. The play is loosely based off of Lopez's life story and experiences. One of the themes, female empowerment. The play focuses on Maria and her search for something more than the role given to her. Maria resents the role of a mere housewife. Hey, housewives work hard. Let's not call them mere housewives. And hopes to create a career of her own. Her father thinks that because she is a woman, she will not prosper. He is also afraid that once she becomes educated, she will forget what it means to be Mexicana. A little bit more on female empowerment. Lopez uses a number of images to create a comical play about the want for something more. A few images are the wedding ring that serves as a collar to tie her to her husband, the black clothing her parents wear, which represents them dressing for her funeral rather than her wedding. Her wedding dress attacking her represents her not wanting to get married, and the 6 kids represents shackles and inability to become what she wants. Although I know people who accomplish tons with tons of kids. Mexican culture. Although the working woman was more common in U.S. society, it was still less common in Mexican culture. Maria wants to go against the norms of her culture and create a future that she chooses. Maria feels like she is struggling with the American and Mexican parts of her. For the record, there are many women throughout history and time in Mexico, Central America, and beyond that have always worked. So that's kind of misleading. Characters. Maria. She wants to go to college and live a life she chooses for herself, but her father refuses to let her. Ricardo, Maria's father. He doesn't want Maria to go to college because he thinks that she will lose her Mexican identity. Maria's mother. She serves as an example of what Maria does not want to become, even though she loves her. And then there's Maria's dream or nightmare husband. He represents all of Maria's fears and why she resists marriage. Diversity. The play focuses on Chicano themes of immigration and identity. Lopez's most popular play, Real Women Have Curves, is considered to be an accurate depiction of Chicano theater and was produced as a film. Simply Maria also deals with topics that other Chicano plays don't consider, such as marriage and the thoughts of the current young Chicano Latino population. New forms of diversity. It is very refreshing to read a play about a typical young girl who is trying to find herself. This is especially true because there still continues to be a lack of diversity in theater and film. Plus, it takes place close to where we live in Boyle Heights. It is also extremely exciting because Josefina Lopez wrote this as a teenager. The language of the play. The mood of the play starts off very serious, but as the play progresses, the mood gets lighter. During Maria's dream, the play is very comical and light, despite the underlying seriousness of the play. Lopez also uses satire to help get her point across. For example, when Maria is getting married and her husband puts a collar around her neck and treats her like a dog. However, as the play ends, the audience learns of another serious issue that helps Maria confirm her resolution. The audience is left with the feeling that Maria will go to college and obtain the life she dreams of. Now it's time to read the play. There is a link to the play below this PowerPoint on the webpage, but remember, those of you that got the packet, you also have a hard copy. Please enjoy, please be safe. Hope to see you soon.